Chosen ones, you possess special gifts granted to face your battles and fulfill your divine purpose. Because of this, you will be targets of spiritual attacks. They hate your inner light. Here are the 7 secret reasons why they hate you. Reason 1. Your light exposes their darkness. Chosen one, I know you've noticed it. Your mere presence unsettles certain people in a way that's almost inexplicable, am I right? But let me share a secret you might not fully understand yet. Your light is so powerful that it exposes what many fight to keep buried deep within their own souls. When you enter a room, even without saying a word, your energy creates a quake in the shadows they've tried to hide. What they feel isn't just discomfort, it's a hatred born from the pain of having their masks ripped off. These people spend their lives convincing themselves that they're in control, untouchable, that their imperfections are safely hidden. But you, with your light, reveal every crack, every dark corner they'd rather keep concealed. You're not doing this intentionally, it's simply who you are, a being vibrating at a higher frequency where lies cannot survive. To them, it's unbearable to be seen by someone who isn't fooled by appearances, someone who sees beyond the surface. And that's why hatred quietly grows in their hearts. When you notice the discomfort in their eyes, it's proof that your light is working as a beacon, illuminating what needs to be healed, but not everyone is ready for that healing. Instead of looking within and accepting the need for change, it's easier for them to project that anger onto you, the bearer of the light they envy so much. They feel threatened because you force them to confront their own lies and limitations. And rather than embrace this opportunity for growth, they'd rather try to extinguish what makes them feel vulnerable. But the truth is, the light you carry cannot be dimmed by envious hands or hardened hearts. They may try to lower your energy, do everything in their power to knock you off your path, but what they don't realize is that the light you radiate isn't a choice, it's your essence. Keep shining, keep exposing what needs to be seen, because while they try to hide their darkness, you are simply fulfilling your mission of being the flame that shines without fear. Reason 2. They feel you are on a spiritual path they will never attain. Chosen one, they know, though they'll never admit it, that you are walking a path that is inaccessible to them. Their disguised hatred, masked as disdain, stems from the frustration of realizing that no matter how hard they try, they will never reach the same spiritual depth that you naturally embody. Your connection to the divine isn't something you earn through effort, it's a calling you heard and embraced. While they drown in the distractions of the material world, you move forward, guided by your intuition and unseen forces they can't even begin to understand. It's a kind of envy that eats away at their soul because, deep down, they know that true fulfillment isn't found in external achievements but in the spiritual journey you've already discovered. They try to fill their emptiness with material possessions, social status, and recognition, but none of it comes close to the peace you feel as you follow your purpose. And it's that peace that infuriates them. When they look at you, what they see is a reflection of what they could be if only they had the courage to let go of their attachment to superficiality. Instead of seeking that transformation, they choose to hate you for having already reached what they can't even imagine. That's why your presence causes so much discomfort. They sense that, unlike them, you don't need to beg for validation or external approval. There's a quiet strength in you, something that cannot be bought or faked. Your confidence isn't rooted in titles or applause but in a wisdom that comes from something far beyond this world. And that torments them because it reveals that all their efforts to appear successful are, in reality, a fragile illusion. You prove that true wealth is internal, and that's a truth they don't want to face. So understand that their hatred is, in fact, a projection of their own spiritual frustrations. They hate you because you are living proof that there is something more, something they cannot reach while they remain trapped in the wheel of materialism. You are a constant reminder that there is a different path, a path of freedom they lack the courage to follow. Keep moving forward on your journey, because every step you take is a quiet victory against the limitations they try to impose on you. They may hate you, but they will never be able to catch up to you. Reason 3. You are unbreakable, and they can't control you. Chosen one, they feel anger toward you because they've realized something that fills them with despair. You are unbreakable. While others crumble at the slightest pressure, you stand firm, anchored in a strength they can neither understand nor control. The truth is, They've tried everything to destabilize you, disguised criticism as advice, subtle emotional manipulation, attempts to sow doubt about your worth. Yet, you remain standing, stronger than ever, and it drives them mad with hatred. For them, there is nothing more frustrating than seeing all their tricks fail against someone who knows their own power. These people live in a constant game of control and manipulation. They thrive on the power they hold over others, using fear and doubt as their primary weapons. But when they encounter someone like you, who refuses to be intimidated, it's as if they've hit an impenetrable wall. They try again and again, hoping that a malicious word, a sideways glance, or a calculated silence might hurt you, but nothing they do shakes your confidence. This disorients them because your inner strength is something they cannot steal, imitate, or destroy. They can't stand the idea that you are free, that you don't rely on their approval to be who you are. And it's precisely this freedom that scares them, because deep down, they know they are trapped in their own chains of fear, insecurity, and a need for control. To them, a free soul is a threat because it exposes just how imprisoned they truly are. Every step you take reminds them that there's a different way to live, one where you don't have to bow to anyone. And they hate you because you prove that independence and integrity are possible. So, continue being unbreakable. Keep walking with that certainty that comes from the depths of your soul. Every time they try to control you and fail, you prove that your strength doesn't come from this world, but from something greater, something they can never touch. Their hatred is confirmation that you are a free spirit, guided by your own light, untouchable by the shadows of others. And it is this freedom that makes you invincible while they remain shackled by the chains they've created for themselves. Reason 4. Your presence triggers their unhealed wounds. Chosen one, there's a profound reason behind the discomfort you notice in certain people's eyes when you're around. It's as if your presence acts as a mirror, reflecting parts of themselves they'd rather keep hidden, even from themselves. Without even trying, you bring to the surface the unhealed wounds they've worked so hard to bury. It's almost instinctive, seeing you awaken something within them, and the pain that resurfaces creates an irrational hatred, not because you've done anything to them, but because simply being who you are triggers an internal revelation they're not ready to face. These unhealed wounds are the ghosts they've carried for so long, traumas, fears, and frustrations they've chosen to hide beneath social masks and false joys. But your authentic energy shatters those illusions, forcing them to confront what lies behind the facade. When faced with someone who lives in such truth, they feel exposed, vulnerable, as if they're being seen beyond the masks. And instead of thanking you for the opportunity to heal, they choose to hate you because it's easier to project that pain onto you than to face it head-on. You are a catalyst for transformation, but not everyone is ready for that kind of change. When you step into their lives, it's like an internal earthquake, shaking the foundations they've built on denial and self-deception. For many, the sensation of their walls crumbling is unbearable. Rather than accept this as an opportunity for healing, they see you as an enemy, someone who has come to wreak havoc. What they don't realize is that this pain is the first stage of a spiritual rebirth, but most lack the courage to take the next step. So, don't blame yourself for provoking such intense reactions in people. It's a sign that your energy is doing exactly what it's meant to do, illuminating the dark corners that need healing. Understand that the hatred they direct toward you is actually their fear of facing their own wounds. Continue to be this transformative presence, continue to walk in your light. Those who have the courage to look inward will one day realize that you are the spark that awakened something dormant within them. And for those who aren't ready, all you can do is send them love and move forward, knowing that healing is only possible for those who choose to accept their own truth. Reason 5. They sense that you are spiritually protected. Chosen one, there is something about you that leaves them utterly unsettled, the realization that no matter how hard they try to bring you down, you are protected by forces they simply cannot understand. They feel it, even if they can't explain it. It's as though there is an invisible barrier around you, a spiritual shield that prevents their negative energy from truly reaching you. This enrages them because nothing is more frustrating than seeing all their efforts to harm you bounce back to them like a boomerang. They throw attacks, spread rumors, wish for your downfall, but you remain standing, unshaken. They can't fathom how you emerge unscathed from situations that would devastate anyone else. To them, it's as if you have a luck that defies logic. But what they don't realize is that it's not luck, it's divine protection. There are forces that walk with you, spiritual guides who stand by your side, safeguarding your path. These forces ensure that nothing and no one can interfere with your purpose. Even if they don't consciously understand this, they can sense it, and it terrifies them because they're up against something far beyond human control. The spiritual protection you carry is a mystery they will never unravel. They wonder how you keep moving forward, even when everything seems to be against you. What they don't know is that when you are aligned with your soul's mission, the entire universe conspires in your favor. Your enemies may try to attack you in the physical world, undermine your self-esteem, or sabotage your opportunities, but they cannot penetrate the energetic field that surrounds you. This is the true source of your strength, something no malicious plan or scheme can touch. So, let them keep trying to figure out what they will never understand. While they exhaust themselves trying to uncover how you're always spared from the worst, you continue to move forward, protected and guided. Your path is guarded by higher forces, and that's why, despite all their attacks, you always rise even stronger. Remember, chosen one, this protection is a sign that you are on the right path. They may not be able to handle your resilience, but you are not walking this journey alone. Keep trusting in the unseen, for the forces that protect you are far greater than any shadow they try to cast over you. Reason 6. Your light disturbs their empty souls. Chosen one, there's a natural glow that radiates from you, a light you don't even have to force, it simply flows. And it's this light that deeply unsettles those around you who live with empty and stagnant souls. They try to find meaning in external things, chasing status, recognition, and fleeting pleasures, while you walk with your head held high, guided by an inner purpose. For them, it's unbearable to watch someone who seems to shine effortlessly, without the desperate fuel they spend their entire lives chasing. This contrast awakens their hatred. They don't understand how you manage to remain so whole in a world where everything seems to be falling apart. Your genuine joy, your inner peace, your sense of completeness, all of it serves as a constant reminder of the emptiness they're desperately trying to fill. They strive to appear successful, to accumulate achievements that impress others, but when they're alone, confronted with their own souls, they're met with a deafening silence. Seeing you radiate a light that doesn't depend on anything external makes them resentful because they realize that what they have is a fragile facade, ready to crumble. The light you carry isn't something you've simply earned, it's who you are at your core. You have an unshakable connection to your inner truth, something no external opinion can extinguish. And this deeply unsettles those who survive on external validation. They are so trapped in their invisible prisons that they can't comprehend how someone can be free, can be happy, simply by being authentic. Your presence becomes a spark that illuminates all the cracks they try to hide. And instead of admiring your light, they hate it because it exposes just how far they are from discovering their own spark. So, don't let the disdain you feel from them weigh you down. Keep shining, because your light is a blessing to the world, even if it blinds those who aren't ready to awaken. They hate you because you represent everything they could be but lack the courage to become. Instead of dimming your light to make them more comfortable, intensify it. Let your light be a beacon for those ready to walk the path of authenticity. And for those who aren't, allow them to remain lost in their own shadows. You were born to shine, and no envious glance can ever change that. Reason 7. They can't stand watching you manifest what they only dream of. Chosen one, there's a bitter truth they will never admit, but you already sense it. They can't bear to see you achieving what, for them, remains a distant dream. For years, they've harbored desires and aspirations that they've never been able to manifest, trapped in a cycle of procrastination, self-doubt, and fear of taking risks. Meanwhile, you move forward with courage, believing in your dreams and turning them into reality. You make what seems impossible for them look effortless. And that is precisely what stirs a deep resentment, because your success is living proof that what they call impossible is actually a self-imposed limitation. When they see you rise after every fall, when they witness your ability to turn challenges into triumphs, it burns like acid in their souls. They envy your determination, your focus, your ability to create the life you desire, because deep down, they know they could have done the same if they hadn't been paralyzed by fear and doubt. But instead of finding inspiration in you, they choose to hate you, because it's easier to blame you for their own lack of courage than to face the hard truth that they chose the path of mediocrity. Your ability to manifest isn't magic, though they like to think it is. What they fail to understand is that while they're busy watching and criticizing you, you're spending your time doing the inner work, aligning your intentions with your actions, and cultivating faith in yourself and the universe. They don't realize that you've achieved what you have because you didn't let yourself be held back by the same excuses they cling to like a mantra. Your life is proof that when you align with your purpose, the world adjusts to open doors where there once seemed to be only walls. Keep moving forward, chosen one, because every victory you achieve is not just for yourself but also for those who have eyes to see beyond the hate. They may try to tear you down, discourage you, or throw sand on your seeds, but what you're planting comes from a strength deep within your spirit. They may dream, desire, and envy, but as long as they refuse to take the necessary actions, they will remain where they are, while you continue to grow and flourish. Let your success be a constant reminder that it is possible to turn dreams into reality, as long as you are willing to believe and act. Chosen ones, your belief in your divine intuition has brought you here. If you feel you are chosen and that your energy needs protection, join this channel. Comment 777 and subscribe to the channel to receive more videos. Now, let's enter the silence.